Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I just got to the parking garage in Charlotte. We're starting a 3-day today, and it's a 3-2-1 3 days. So today we do 3 legs, tomorrow 2, and the last day just 1, which is super nice. I am eating some breakfast. I have a muffin. And then I'm gonna go to the airport. Today we do a turn, like a New York turn, and then go to Memphis. We end up in Memphis tonight, and it's like a 13-hour layover. So not super short, but not super long either. So I'm not sure if we'll do anything. We get in around like 3:30 this afternoon, and we're on the baby bus. And this is the first time I've flown in like 2 weeks because I was supposed to fly all last week, but I had COVID, so I couldn't. Luckily, I had a mild case of it, so nothing too crazy, but yeah. So we also today, this is the first time in a long time that I've worked 3 legs and haven't had a sit. Our longest sit today is an hour, which by the time you deplane and then reboard everybody, like you really only have like 20 minutes in between. So this is the first time, because I feel like every other time I've worked 3 legs lately, they've thrown in like a 3-hour sit in the middle. So that's nice. Get it done quick. But I'm gonna finish my breakfast and then head to the airport. I've got an hour until my sign-in, so depending on what time I get to the airport, I might try to straighten my hair before my first flight, but we'll see. Here's some of the remnants of the snowstorm that took over the Carolinas this past weekend. I'm the lead flight attendant, so just gonna be dealing with 8 people this trip, maybe 12 on some of them. But we just found out that we stay with the pilots literally all 3 days. Like, they do the same exact thing we do, and that has never happened to me before. I've never worked a trip where we stayed in layover and just did the whole 3-day trip with the same pilots. So that's really cool. Also, chopped my hair off, guys. We just got to JFK and it's snowing. I just can't get away from the snow, apparently. When I say I can't get away from the snow, South Carolina, or like where I live in South Carolina, Greenville, or I guess Simpsonville area, we literally just had, my parents' house got 8 inches of snow. Like, I had to shovel my driveway to get my car out, and I've never had to do that, ever. So, and it was like snow, like not like the normal like ice snow. I mean, like the underneath layers were kind of icy, but like the night, like, and it literally snowed all day long. Like, I've never experienced that in my entire life. But I mean, it's coming down. Like, I would hate to be working outside right now. Like, I feel so bad for them having to walk around in this right now. Like, no thank you. It was so cold when catering had that door open. Okay, here is one of my meal preps for this trip. We've got some chicken and rice. We just got to the hotel in Memphis, and it is freezing cold here. It's 29, so it doesn't look like it would be that cold, but the wind makes it like, I think the weather app said it feels like it's 14 degrees with the wind. Like, it is so cold. And then I came in the hotel and my room was set to 65 degrees, which is like a no-no. So I just had to cut it up to like 72 because I was freezing. But we made it here. We got in on time, even though we boarded a little bit late because when we were in New York, it was snowing, so we had to de-ice the plane. And I was gonna try to get a video of that, but then we didn't even end up de-icing the plane. It was like a whole thing. They wanted to do it a certain way, but it wasn't procedure, so the pilots were like, no. And then it stopped snowing, so then we didn't have to de-ice in the end, but we sat there for like 40 minutes. So we were like 20 minutes late getting in on that flight, and we had such a quick turn that by the time we deplaned and cleaned, it was already like 10 minutes after we were supposed to start boarding for our flight to Memphis. So we boarded late, but luckily none of our flights were full. Our last flight was like the most full, but it was still there was still like 20 open seats, but our first two flights only had, like the first one had like 65 people on it and the second one had like 75. So they were only like half full, which was really nice. My first class was pretty much full every single leg though, but it was just snack baskets, so it was easy. But our layover is not super long. We have like a little under 14 hours. If it wasn't so cold, I would go walk around, but there's not really anything around the hotel, so I don't know. I like want to go to the gym, but I'm also really tired because I got up at 4 this morning, so I've already been up for like 12 hours and I'm starting to drag a little bit, so I may just wait and go to the gym tomorrow, or I may just do something like small in my room and then maybe like watch TV, then do my devotion and call it an early night because our van time tomorrow is at 5:30, so I'll have to get up at 4:30 local, which will really be like 5:30 my time, so not terrible, but still. But let me change out of these clothes and figure out what the heck I want to do for the next hour or two. And here's my view. There's some little like fake pond with a gazebo thing, the pool, and look how much that flag is blowing. Like, it is so cold outside. So I ended up doing a little baby workout in my room because I had no motivation at all to go to the gym, and I really didn't have any motivation to do a workout, so I just did like a tiny little workout to feel somewhat accomplished. Now I'm eating some veggie noodles with literally just butter and cheese and some grapes for dinner. And then I'm probably gonna shower and get ready for bed because I'm just like exhausted. It's only 6 o'clock, but by the time I eat and shower and do all that, it'll probably be like closer to 8, so that'll be a decent amount of time to get some good sleep because my alarm's gonna be going off at 4:30, so yeah. All right, we just got on the plane. We are flying to Phoenix today, and then we go to Des Moines after that. I'm eating a breakfast bar. It is freezing cold. I think it's like 19 degrees here, but the wind chill makes it feel like it's like 9, so that's fun. And then in Des Moines, right now it's -7 degrees, and the wind chill makes it feel like -19, so yeah. I thought I might venture out there today, but if it's so cold, there's no way that I'm gonna be able to do that. So yeah, we have just a quick turn again today, like no sit time in between our flights, so that's really nice. But they're gonna be long, so it's gonna be a long day. But day 2, guys, here we go.
Cold feet.
Once again, good morning. Welcome on board Mercury Airlines Flight 1972 with service to Des Moines. Flight time will be about 2 hours, 18 minutes at an altitude of 37,000 feet. Weather in Des Moines right now is partly cloudy with temperatures around 9 degrees. Yeah. At this time, I ask you to give your attention to the flight attendants in the aisle for a brief safety message.
You ever wondered what snow-covered grounds look like from 30,000 feet? Here it is. We just got to the hotel in Des Moines, which, if I'm not saying that right, I'm sorry, but I don't really know how to say it, and that's just my best guess. So we're going with it. And that's why I've been saying it all day on the plane, so if that's wrong, then people are probably like, what is wrong with this girl? Anyways, we just got to the hotel. It is almost 4. And we're gonna meet back in the lobby at 6 to go get some dinner together, so that's gonna be fun. We're probably gonna be walking around in this frigid cold. Right now it's 17 degrees, but the wind chill makes it feel like 3, so yeah. But we're gonna brave it and go have fun as a crew. Today was a weird day. So the first leg, because it was so cold in Memphis, we had to de-ice the aircraft. And we've had the weirdest experience with de-icing. Yesterday we were supposed to de-ice and it never happened, and we ended up just going without it. And then today we started the process and then the thing ran out of fluid. So we had to wait for another truck to come, so it took long. So we were delayed getting to Phoenix, and then when we got to Phoenix, we had maintenance on our plane because one of the wheels, something was going on with the pressure. So we were waiting on maintenance, but they decided that they didn't want to wait for maintenance. So they switched our aircraft. And so we had to go to a different gate really quickly. And then they had to take the catering off that they had just put on our plane onto the new plane. And it was crazy. And then, so we were delayed, but then we boarded and only ended up being like 10 minutes delayed after we boarded everybody. But then we had to wait on fuel. So crazy, weird day. But we finally made it to the hotel, and I feel like I'm getting a second wind. I was starting to get tired, but I'm like getting a second wind, maybe because I know I have to rally to go to dinner tonight. But I'm going to show you guys my uniform really quick, and then I'm going to change out of these clothes. I feel sticky and gross. I might try to do a little workout and then shower before we go to dinner. But let's do a uniform check, fit check. Okay, so I am layered up. I've got my long sleeve dress on, and then the little jacket, and then my big coat. It makes me look kind of frumpy, but it keeps me warm, so. And then we've got on the dark, thick tights to keep my legs warm because I knew it was gonna be freezing here. I didn't know it was supposed to be that cold in Memphis, but. So this is how we stay warm. I need to order, we can get a scarf, and I need to order that to keep my neck warm when I go to these cold places, but I haven't done that yet. So maybe I'll do that tomorrow when we can order stuff again. And then here is my view. So much snow. I just can't get away from it, guys. We talked about this yesterday. Snow everywhere. Also, while I'm thinking of this, a lot of you guys have been asking me about like tights and if I wear them every time I wear the uniform and all that stuff. And I've been answering those in the comments, but I'm just gonna explain it this way because I don't know if it's making a lot of sense. So anytime I wear the dress or a skirt, like anything where my legs are exposed, I have to wear tights. Like that's part of the uniform. That's not optional. It's like you wear tights with the uniform. Whenever I wear pants, I don't wear tights, I wear socks. So anytime I have on the dress or the skirt, like I have to wear tights. And someone was asking like what happens if a flight attendant doesn't wear tights. So I'm not like, I've never had to deal with this because I've never not worn tights and I've never flown with anybody that hasn't worn tights. But basically it's non-compliance with the uniform, and the worst case scenario, you would just get pulled from your trip. If a manager happened to see you walking around the airport without tights and you're non-compliant and you're supposed to be working a trip, they could pull you off the trip. I don't know if that happens a lot. I've never known anybody to not wear tights with the uniform. It's just part of the uniform. So, but if somebody decided to go to work without their tights, it's not like somebody is actively looking to see if we're compliant with the uniform. There's a lot of things that you have to wear, like your scarf is a compliant thing, your wings, which I just took mine off. What else is like, if you're wearing like a shirt with the skirt, you're supposed to wear when you're in the terminal, like a jacket over it. You're not just supposed to wear the shirt out on its own when you're on the plane. Like you can do whatever, but things like that, like we don't have people actively looking for that. When we got these new uniforms, when they rolled out like 2 years ago, we had managers at TSA when we went through KCM that were checking to make sure we were compliant with the uniform, and if people weren't, they would send them home. That's the only time I've known for them to be actively looking for it, but that was just because we just got the new uniforms and we had a lot of uniform issues before we got the new ones, and nobody ever matched. It was like a hot mess, and then we finally got these and it fixed a lot of things. But then COVID happened and they stopped checking, and So really the only thing I can think of is if a manager is just like walking around the terminal and they see a flight attendant who's non-compliant and they decide that that flight attendant is so non-compliant that they can't fly. So hopefully that answers you guys' questions about when you're supposed to wear tights and what happens if you don't wear tights. To be honest, I'm not really sure what would happen. But just based off of like what we had to go through in training and just like policies and procedures for us, that would be what I'm assuming they would do. So yeah, hopefully that answers your questions about all of that. All right, I'm about to walk down and meet the crew. Here's my dinner fit check. This was like one of the warmest shirts I had that did not take up my whole suitcase. So we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna wear my big coat too. She did the same thing. She did the same thing with us. So she did get us mac and cheese! Guys, it is snowing here, and it was not even on the forecast to snow. You guys, I don't know what is going on with me in the snow. Like, we just got so many inches in South Carolina, and then in New York, it was snowing like crazy, and then I kid you not, I looked at the forecast before we went to dinner, and there was supposed to be no precipitation at all here. Like, absolutely none. And then we come out of dinner, and it's just casually snowing. What? I mean, I like the snow. I think it's so pretty, and I love seeing snow, and I love when everything is like covered in snow. But I'm not used to this at all, because South Carolina is not, like, we don't ever get snow. But then this past weekend, we got like 8 inches of snow, and it's been, like, I've seen snow for 6 days straight. And I'm not used to that at all. But anyways, we went to Zombie Burger, and it was a lot of fun. The atmosphere was Atmosphere was a lot of fun. The food was really good. We had a really good time. It is almost 10 o'clock. We stayed out a little bit later than I would have liked, but I was having a lot of fun with the crew. And when you're having fun with the crew, you just stay out and have fun with the crew, because why not? So I am about to get ready for bed, because I have to be up again at 4:30 tomorrow morning. Our van time's at 5:30, so gonna be another early morning, but at least we only have one leg tomorrow, and then we're done. And it's an early leg, so we're gonna get into Charlotte around, I think, like 10:30 in the morning. So by the time I get home, it'll be around noon. So if I'm just dead tired, I can take a nap if I need to, because it'll be so early in the day. But yeah, we are almost done with the trip, guys. We've got one more leg tomorrow, so we're gonna call it a night, and I will see you guys tomorrow for day number 3. We're stopping at Frederick's Coffee before we get on the plane, and the captain is buying my coffee. So sweet. Okay guys, last leg of the trip, and it's only an hour and 40 minutes, so we love that. We're gonna be home soon. Can't wait. Just a snack basket on this flight too. Love that.
Welcome to Charlotte. The local time is 9:35 a.m.
Okay guys, I just got to my car. It is so cold here. The wind is ridiculous. It's colder here than it was in Des Moines this morning, which is like, why is that a thing? But let's go home. It snowed here last night some. I don't know if it snowed at home really, but I'm hoping if it did, like, luckily, like, here I just have to get on the interstate, and it's not like I have to go down any back roads or anything. But once I get off the interstate at home, I'm gonna have to get off on back roads. So I'm hoping that if it did snow, that they're not really bad with ice. But we got in 30 minutes early, which is really nice because like we were supposed to land 10 minutes ago. So the fact that I'm already in my car about to head home is really nice. We love that on a go home day. But let's go home and hopefully get there safely without any issues on the road. And if you watch a lot of my videos, then you might remember one of my first trips in Charlotte when I showed you my commute home, how they had the road separated into 2 separate lanes and you were like boxed in. So they finally got rid of that. Like I think a couple weeks after I posted that video, they got rid of it. So now it's all 2 lane again. Eventually it'll be 3 lanes, which will be really nice. But yeah, so that's not something I have to worry about anymore. The roads were fine. We don't really have much snow left. Just a little bit. Hey, Ice. Hey, Size. Hey. Hey. That was a good trip. I'm glad I had a good crew to go out with and do stuff with, but I am exhausted, so probably gonna take a nap. I have the next few days off, and then I have one more trip in January, and it's a 32-hour layover in Hartford, Connecticut. So if you guys have any suggestions for things for me to do there, put them down in the comment section, and I will, if I do them, I'll go and take videos of me doing it. I know they have like the Dr. Seuss museum thing, and they might have some kind of like basketball hall of fame or some kind of sport hall of fame museum, so I may do that. I don't know, but that is all I have for this video. As always, any questions, comments, whatever, you feel free to put them down in the comment section below. And yeah, that's all, guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye.